This is a particular episode. Even if there is a lot to discuss, will Germany trigger a black swan event in the cryptocurrency space? I understand you. Covered, since we may be witnessing a dead cat bounce. If you're not familiar with the situation, I'll fill you all in. At this point, we might be looking at a dead cat. As this plays out, we will discuss Trump and cryptocurrency. Chris Larson watched a good video. It's something you should listen to. P.S. This is circulating a lot on cryptocurrency at $17. Twitter, what about Cardano? As you know, I recently made another Cardano investment. Alright, give it a few months. We're going to look at the previous bull, but I might be loading up some more right now. Runs in 2017 and 2021, and we'll check to see if Cardano says the same thing twice. Done throughout the earlier bull runs. This bull market, in which the price may perhaps take a seat back, unwind, and let's jump into a small amount of money. Currently up roughly 2% over the last 24 hours, it is 58,518, Ethereum closed at $3.99. It has increased by 77%. The US dollar is $1, but the cent is still 99 cents, and XRP, I instructed you to deliver it to Huck in full. We are up for 43, sending it up 1.22% on the 24-hour chart for 244 cents. Where will the $2 trillion, 165 billion cryptocurrency market cap take us? Okay, so from here. I'm not sure why the community hasn't received 700,000 XRP already, but it doesn't seem to be stopping. The largest project on the XRP ledger in the metaverse is about to happen within us. We are currently in the second month of the 6 Monin bills to finalize the island, and it is wonderful, people. I'm hoping to be able to show you some of those photos by the end of the month. According to Trump, his growing interest in cryptocurrencies may help him garner more votes. It's funny because, as you can see, the entire Ripple crew, who previously voted for Biden, is suddenly switching to vote for Trump. As you may know, Biden dislikes cryptocurrency and wants to lift its ban. Cryptocurrency drives these businesses out of the US, but Trump is adopting this strategy. Cryptocurrency, he's carrying out all of Biden's stated plans, that is, exactly the opposite of what Biden has stated, which is a wise decision, isn't it? An ETF for Bitcoin. We're back with the news that Bitcoin is getting closer to 60,000 as investors pump $500 million into exchange-traded funds, ETFs. People, do you realize that the Bitcoin ETF is really crazy? The capital that has entered it, pushing Bitcoin, recall that this is just the first wave, the first for the Bitcoin ETF, and you will witness a second wave. Then, in Wave 3, ETFs will be available throughout the rest of the world. You will witness the institutional worldwide money flow into Bitcoin. How do you suppose we'll reach 100,000, 160,000, or even 250,000 this time? Why do you think these predictions about Bitcoin are happening? You know that at some point, Bitcoin might reach $1 million. This is all due to institutional money finally entering the market. Imagine how high Ethereum's price could rise if it hits $50,000. This article examines the possibility of a jump in XRP's value if Ethereum, the leading cryptocurrency, hits $50,000. To begin with, I don't believe that Ethereum will hit $50,000. Well, I don't think it will get that high, but let's still play around and enjoy ourselves a little. Let's scroll according to the text. There is a cost of a $50,000 Ethereum investment, alright, so that's who Vanek is. Claiming that they stated it could arrive. Not by this cycle by 2030, but by 2030, alright, by this cycle by 2030, you know, probably looking at, like, 10 to 12,000 give or take. Whereas XRP 42, if it perfectly replicates the 16x surge to $50,000, it might be worth $71. According to their reasoning, if Ethereum reaches 50k XRP by 2030, it will stay mirror to it, fill it 1-to-1, and make the same move. This presents a hurdle. Experts predict that XRP may drop in price by 2030. I'll tell you straight, we're going to witness a $6 extra pedal cycle. I reject that theory. I don't care what that says, they're just writing an article about their beliefs, right? We've covered how to get to my price point several times in this channel, and the answer is really, really simple. 75 for XRP at year's end, and we'll witness a $6 XRP dead cat the following year. The upside is that look-in cash is set to occur. I agree with the official who released this. I concur. He says he wouldn't be shocked to see a full flush. Given that we recently reached 59,000 for Bitcoin. I suspect a lot of late entrants are currently hitting the leveraged casino. He believes that 59,000 to 52.7 is the low cause. Fear and panic. He stated that we closed a distance of about 63,000 and then kept breaking over 70K. This will be the worst case situation in terms of agony, and it will be extremely sluggish to settle. He is correct, as many people are becoming excited when we return to the real-time coin watch, saying things like, "Hey, Bitcoin, you know." It appears as though nothing occurred when it was back up there. Bitcoin has returned, but it destroyed you again. They truly want you to lose. The timing is right. I'm not sure if 59,000 is the point at which this thing reverses, but I'd rather lose hope and trust than this thing. We could probably continue playing until the 1960s. Might perhaps see as much as $622,000 in Bitcoin before we start to decline. Considering your region, I think your maximum is 48-52K for Bitcoin exploration. Pain situation, that is a possibility, in my opinion. Time will tell if that comes to pass. If it does, it will happen very soon, like this month. Assuming we manage to escape this month, Bitcoin begins trading in March and we break above 64K. That, I believe, is it. Delete it. I am aware that only recently, one of these CME gaps on Bitcoin was filled. It's time to explain what a dead cat bounce is to those of you who don't know. It's extremely put simply, an asset's price declines, or, as we just saw, declines before rising again. The mood of the market begins to shift. And after that, we immediately collapsed again. The cat leaps right. It's a phony leap to we immediately descend after ascending. We conducted another test. You are aware. That's why I released the tweet I mentioned. I am putting my money on the sidelines for the first video today because I think we will witness something similar play out, therefore I'm waiting with patience. I'm hoping that my patience will allow me to play. Here, on the right side of the fence, is a brief interview, or, rather, a brief meeting that resembles a snapshot taken from a park bench. We don't play, so I'm not going to. It's an oldie, but a goodie, as they say, so if I have time, I'll summarize it. Using XRP as a digital asset, also known as on-demand liquidity, Ripple's company-built application, Ripplet REIT, does two things. It replaces things like SWIFT and corresponding banking, which is largely to blame for the reason that necessary bank payments are still out of date. After this, we get an understanding of XRP's path. $17 would represent a 35,700% increase. At the peak of 350, EGD has been the one releasing it. For every dollar I have, there are roughly 280 major resistances. We did cover around 75 cents of the 150 total. His new greatest aim as of late was about $17. $17 100% doesn't play for XRP. Currently, we could see $17 XRP, but we're not sure where everything is going smoothly. Let's face it, we have no idea where the markets are. The television is a joke. Even if it is a complete farce, we will break all-time elevated Cardano. The new government node has gone live. Cardano node version 9 is now available. Fascinating new features, such as compatibility with the Pluto version 1 reference CPS in addition to drinking 69 Cardano, yet another underachiever, complete underperformer. But you already know what happens to Cardano. If it holds onto its 2018 gains and experiences the same kind of rally as in 2021, where would you expect for the price of Cardano during this bull cycle? Scroll down and let's blow it. Additionally, a pump from 37 cents to $63 would result in a 2.7 trillion cryptocurrency market size. I'll tell you straight now that we need to have $17 trillion in cryptocurrency for this to happen. In general, I don't think it will happen right now if we don't. When we examine ADA, we can see that she performs below average. Completely okay, 38 cents, highest of all time, $3 in contrast, consider XRP. Both have all-time highs that are somewhat close to one another and are sitting fairly close to one another. When we examine the movements on these items, and we might simply calculate it to be 40 cents. If these assets are going to reach their peak during this bull cycle and you were looking at a 7.28x, then these are obvious choices, right? We're looking at a 7 to 8x just to get back to our all-time high. Financial guidance, we're only considering this in terms of the possible gains that are currently the issue with cryptocurrency is that people get greedy and demand 20s, 50s, or 100s, and they're not content, so what happens? There is a 72-28x return on your money, and you are not seeing it anywhere else. People get it 7 to 8 times, maybe even 10 times, but they don't cash out because they believe the market will continue to rise. The next thing you know, though, is that their gains are only about 1x. Be wise people, if you receive 7 to 8 times on a cryptocurrency, take profits at the very least and deduct your initial investment so you have no skin in the game. If you don't sweat, then you can please take a seat back and put this behind you. Come back next time, bull run, and see if your bag has gone up. If so, congratulations. It's done 50 to 100 times.